Welcome to The Hub, our main topic segment of our show. And as I mentioned in the intro, we present a new show series, which we call Am I the Bad Guy? Which, as you might tell, is similar in nature to the various posts on the internet labeled AITA, which means Am I the Asshole?
Huh.
We have Quest for the Best, which you heard last week. We have This or That, the Bad Behavior Shows, 5 questions or 5 minutes, depending what the topic is, Theming Wars, Magical Musings, and now Am I the Bad Guy? Series of shows. However, since this is a Disney fan podcast, we are concentrating on Disney stories and posts that ask AITA, or in our case, AITBD.
Okay.
Not to be determined, but the bad guy.
The bad guy.
In this case, yes. To begin the series, we answer queries posed by people on the internet.
Yes.
Of course, we in the future will have other versions of the show where we talk about weekend stories. So the weekends have a chance to present theirs, have our own stories. I know I have some stories we can tell, and I'm curious to see what you think if I'm the bad guy. But for this one, weekends, I present to you, Am I the Bad Guy? The Internet Stories to kick us off. And I know Danny came up with this particular idea as a series of shows because of a People magazine article that you found, right?
Yeah, it was on the internet. It was somebody took a screenshot of something a lady wrote, a soon-to-be bride, on a bridal forum and posted this on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
And it got some traction, and I saw it, and I thought it was interesting. And I'll read what you wrote. Need some advice. I planned a trip to Disney World for my bachelorette party and let everyone know in advance what the costs would look like. None of my 7 bridesmaids are coming, and I feel super disappointed because this is the one time I'm getting married and doing this. I like how she thinks that. I understand the state of the world we're in financially, but it feels like none of them pull through to support me with this. Am I wrong for feeling upset? And when I read that, it made me think of those Reddit posts about am I the asshole, as you put it.
Yes.
So I thought, well, wow, wouldn't it be fun to do a Disney version of this, find some Disney stories? And this obviously being the one that made me think of it is like, well, let's kick it off with this.
Yeah, that's fine. And there are a ton.
Yeah.
Once you start searching for these things, there's a bunch of them. So,
Oh, yeah.
This will be like those other series of shows. We're going to explore this one of whether or not this bride is the bad guy or not.
Now, this is what we're limited to as far as information goes, as best as I can tell. There's no information as to the proximity that they are to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to just go with the information we have here. And what are y'all thoughts? Is she the bad guy here?
God, there's so much missing information. It's hard to make a determination initially. Because it's like, I'd be curious to know if any of the bridesmaids told her why. Yes, she understands the financial situation. So if that's the case, and that's all she's got to go with, she can assume that, maybe my bridesmaids can't afford this. Maybe I should think of a different bachelorette thing to do.
I gotta imagine they told her why. I don't think he's like, hey, are you coming? Like, no, I'm not. And then left it at that.
Yeah.
They had to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't afford it right now. It's not a good time. This is happening. That's happening. But again, she doesn't provide any of that.
She doesn't. Yeah.
She just makes
covering
it sound.
Yeah.
And by that alone is where I'm saying, yeah, she's the bad guy here.
Yes, you are the bad guy for not giving us all the entire picture.
Right. Because I'm sure at least a couple of the 7 bridesmaids, sleepy, dopey, grumpy, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of them had a legit excuse as to why.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. I'm sure they're close friends, so they would have told her why they couldn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that sounds like what they call it, a bridezilla move.
Mhm.
Like, hey,
Yes.
it's my wedding. Do what I say. Like, look, hey. Money don't fall out the sky for everybody.
Yeah, just because you're getting married doesn't make everybody $10,000 richer.
Right.
I mean,
Now, we happy for you.
100%.
But we can't afford the happiness that you want us
I
to
can't
have.
support you
I
having
can't support your happiness.
Just like if you want to have a cocaine bachelor party, I can't support you having
Oh, boy, but wouldn't you want to watch that?
I mean, if your bridesmaids work at TCBY and
Burger King, Taco
Starbucks,
Bell.
yeah, I think this is a little bit ludicrous. Now, if they're married to Fortune 500
Yeah.
CEOs, then they're the bad people. But
Right.
you didn't give us that. You didn't give us any of the information pertaining to that.
So by that note, she is the bad guy for not giving us all the
She's the
entire
bad guy.
picture.
Yes, I agree.
Because if her
She's
friends
the
were all 5 or Fortune 500 people, then maybe not your friends.
And I can't imagine if she lived in Orlando, that would have been brought up in the post, right? Like we all live here in Orlando. It's just all we got to do is drive over there, rent a room, pay for the park tickets. Park tickets for 2 or 3 days and a hotel room is expensive enough as it is.
Right.
And that's pushing it a lot.
But if you book with Rachel, she can help you out.
Boom.
Even if you're a local.
Yeah.
Right. But adding transportation to that almost makes it a stop right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt that is a very expensive bachelor anything. Bachelor, whatever.
And not only that, not only you have to pay for yourself to get over there, everyone's got to chip in for her, right?
Yeah.
That's how these things work. So she doesn't pay anything.
Buy her drinks, buy her whatever,
Right.
food,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
I mean, this isn't your wedding. This is your bridal party.
Yeah.
Right. You can make your wedding whatever you want it to be, I suppose, within reason, but you still have to be kind to the guests that are coming.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
So
verdict in.
Verdict in. Yeah, she is the bad guy for not giving us enough information.
Thumbs down.
Everybody say hello to the bad guy.
That's great. That's genius. I like
That's
that.